Hello again, I'm Dayan and I will be reporting chapter 14. And this is all about hotels, motels and apartments, lodging, boarding or tenement houses, and condominiums. So for section 63, definition of terms. Hotel is a building where transient guests are received and are supplied with and charged for meals, lodging, and other services. So, hotel is known na siya sa ato for mga travelers, tourists nga they stay lang for days or months. And there were charged sa mga meals and other services. Yeah. Motel are usually located in roadsides. So, usually for motorists, motel is for private cabins. And boarding house, a building where selected persons for fixed periods of time are supplied with. So, ang kaning boarding house, same sa mga students or workers na layo sa ilang balay jud, so they will be staying lang sa boarding house where naa siya, mobayad ang guest or ang person na mo stay, mo board, mobayad siya for electricity and water and others. So for lodging house, ang lodging house is charged for sleeping accommodations only. And tenement house is for a building or portion nga isold siya sa occupancy as residence. So, like sa amo diri na ay usa siya ka balay but per kwarto niya kay lain-lain ang mga family nga nag-stay or na-occupy and na sila common sa kanang nga balay kay common na siya og kanang toilet, bath, and other na kung unsa may common sa balay. Condominium, a building with one or more stories composed of multi-unit residential suites under joint ownership of occupants. So, ang condo, paliton siya sa mga occupants for residential. And, naana siya sanitary facilities, utilities, and other amenities. Usually, makita ni siya sa mga dinagko nga mga building like diri sa amo sa Newtown or even sa city. Naana siya kasagaran condo gina siya. And usually, mga nag-occupant ani kay mga rich mga workers and mga business man or depende. And lastly, establishment. So, gikan sa hotel, motel, boarding house, lodging house, tenement house, apartment house, condominium are all called establishments. Establishments ang tawagan nila. So, for section 64, general provisions. So, the following are required for the establishments defined in the preceding section. So, kaning italk diri kay required ni siya para sa mga establishments. So, no establishment na dapat i-operate or i-open for public patronage nga walay sanitary permit issued by the secretary or an authorized representative. And any extension or additional construction sa establishment dapat mo require og sanitary permit para ma-operate siya. So, tanan establishments mo provide og patron with adequate water supply, toilet, and bath facilities in accordance with standards prescribed in sanitary code. So, dapat tanan jud establishments na jud mga toilet, bath, and other nga pang sanitary. Kay need man na siya for cleanliness. Next, establishments and their premises dapat i-keep og clean and sanitary all the time para layo sa sakit. So next, periodic insect and vermin control measures shall be undertaken to eradicate vectors of diseases. So dapat naadyo'y tiglimpyo ning mga pang-insect, i-control ang mga insects aron layo sa sakit. So, animals, fowls, and pets shall be housed in appropriate kennels or cages separate from living quarters. So, dapat jud buwag ang animals, pets sa atoa mga tao og living quarters. So, lastly, no person shall be employed. So, walay person na ma-employed kung wala siya health certificate gikan sa local health authority. So, that's all for section 64. And for section 65, which is special provisions. For hotels and motels, so the following provisions are applicable if the storage, preparation, and serving of food to customers shall be in accordance with the standards prescribed in Chapter 3 of this code. So, ang storage ko ang preparation, serving of food, sa customer, dapat comply siya sa standards sa prescribed standards as ani nga sanitary code. So, next, tanan customer dapat providean og clean linen such as bed sheets, pillowcase, towels, and napkins. So, naaman yun na siya. Every establishments, naaman yun na siya dapat. Para ma-maintain ang cleanliness. Third, when rooms or cabins are tanan rooms or cabins dapat limpyo ang mga toilets and baths. Dapat i-sanitize siya before siya i-rent sa occupancy or dapat siya pa-occupayan og mga guests. So for letter B, condominium, dapat the choice of site aning condominium mo consider siya og availability sa bus and taxi or any transportation services kay para dali lang pag-travel. So next, dapat duol siya sa place of work, sa schools, police station, and clinics or any nga mga importante like mga hospitals nga na. Third, dapat availability of low-cost goods. Mga foods nga na or mga gamit dapat available sila, mga low cost. And number 4, dapat ang condo or condominium na siya parking facilities and playgrounds for children. So for condominium, facilities for refuse disposal and cleanliness of buildings. So dapat na siya mga tarong nga disposal jud o clean jud kaayo sa building. And last, the efficiency of lifts. So that's all for section 65, special provisions. So that's all for chapter 14, hotels, motels, and apartments, lodging, boarding, or tenement houses, and condominiums. I hope you learned something from me. Thank you for listening.